In the quiet village of Umunze, there was a young lady named Charity. She was very beautiful like me. Lots of laughs. She was as beautiful as the morning sun after a heavy rain, with eyes that sparkled like the river's waters and a smile that could light up even the gloomiest day. Charity's beauty wasn't just in her face. It was in the kindness that shone through her every word and gesture, the way she helped her mother in the fields, and the way she greeted the elders with respect. Everyone in the village adored her, but for the young men, her beauty was a mystery they couldn't resist. Every man, young and old, was captivated by Charity. Farmers, hunters, even the proud warriors of Umunze, they all dreamed of one day winning her love. Men who once cared only about their crops or animals suddenly found themselves more interested in impressing Charity. She had become the reason they woke early to sweep their compounds, the reason they dressed neatly and carried themselves with pride. One such man was Christian, a strong, handsome and humble farmer with deep brown eyes and a warm smile. He had known Charity since they were children, and though he had always admired her from afar, he never thought he could have her heart. But one day, after hearing the village talk about how men from all over were trying to win Charity's love, Christian felt a courage rise within him. He knew his life was simple. He was just a farmer, after all, but he decided he would show Charity his heart. On the first day of the week, Christian prepared a basket of the finest yams and vegetables from his farm, tied it with a string of bright green palm leaves, and walked to Charity's family hut. He approached her mother, Mama Charity, and with great respect, handed her the basket. "Please, Mama Charity," he said, "accept this humble gift from my farm. It is a token of my respect for your daughter." Mama Charity smiled kindly and accepted the basket. But Christian knew that the gifts alone would not win Charity's heart. He had to show her who he was. Days passed, and word of Christian's gift spread through the village. Soon, other men began showing up at Charity's family home with their own gifts. Tony, the village hunter, brought her a soft fur cloak he had made from the finest animal, skin had hunted. "Charity," he said, "this cloak will keep you warm during the cold season, just as my heart would if you chose me." Next came Obi, the son of a wealthy palm wine tapper. He arrived with jars of the freshest palm wine and said, "With this wine, I promise that you will never thirst, Charity, if you choose to be mine." He was proud, a little too proud, but he was confident that his wealth would sway her. The gifts kept coming. Emmanuel, a skilled blacksmith, crafted her a beautiful anklet of shining bronze, while Namdi, a fisherman, brought her the biggest fish he had ever caught. Even men from neighboring villages came, each hoping to catch her eye. But Charity was not swayed by gifts. She admired the generosity of the men, but her heart was still searching for something deeper. She wanted to be with a man who understood her heart, who would cherish not just her beauty, but her soul. One evening, after a long day, Charity decided to visit the river, her favorite place in the village. She loved how peaceful it was, how the water reflected the sky and birds above. She was sitting on a rock, dipping her toes into the cool water, when she heard footsteps. She turned and saw Christian, carrying a small fishing net over his shoulder. "Charity," he said softly, "I didn't expect to see you here." She smiled and gestured for him to join her. They sat together, watching the gentle flow of the river. Christian felt his heart race as he sat beside her, but he knew this was his chance to show her his true self. "Charity," he began, "I know many men come to you with gifts and promises. I have no wealth, only my farm. But I want you to know that my love for you is as steady as this river. I will never change, and I will be there for you, like the river that never stops flowing." Charity was quiet, touched by his words. No one had ever spoken to her like this before. She looked into his eyes and saw something genuine, something strong, yet gentle. Over the next weeks, Christian didn't try to impress Charity with extravagant gifts. Instead, he showed her his heart. He invited her to his farm, where he taught her about the crops, the soil, and the rhythm of life. They worked together, laughed together, and as time passed, Charity found herself drawn to Christian's simple, steady love. In the meantime, the other men grew impatient. In noticing that Charity's attention was turning toward Christian, Emmanuel the hunter tried one last time, offering her a necklace made of rare stones, but Charity gently refused, explaining that her heart had found its own path. One evening, as the village gathered for a festival, Charity walked hand in hand with Christian to the celebration. Everyone watched as they arrived, their smiles and love as warm as the fire that crackled in the center of the village. Charity's father, a wise and respected elder, blessed their union, saying, "True love, like the river, runs deep and steady. Christian, you have shown us all that a humble heart and an honest love are worth more than riches." The villagers cheered, and as the drums played and the stars filled the sky, Charity and Christian danced together, surrounded by family, friends, and blessings. And so, Charity, the beautiful young woman who had captured every heart in Umunza, found her happiness in Christian, the humble farmer. Their love, simple and strong, became a story told for generations, a reminder that true beauty and love are found in the heart, not in riches or fancy gifts.